What's going on, guys? Now, the videos that Steve is putting together are going to make you better golfers from a technique standpoint. And this video today and the videos that are going to come from me are going to make you a better golfer from an athletic standpoint. Today, we're going to be focusing on mobility and the two common issues that I see on a daily basis when it comes to posture. Now, typically, due to the way we work now in the modern day, we are hunched over here because we sit like this, and we are tight in our hips because we sit for the majority of the day. So we're going to focus on those two areas of the body. And from feedback that I've received from Steve, the number one problem that he sees with his clients from a mobility standpoint is kind of separating the lumbar, which is that part of your spine, from the thoracic part of your spine. So we're going to work on separating that, because as you can imagine, in a golf swing, we rotate to there. My lumbar rotation should stop there, and my thoracic should be able to keep going. So the more mobile we can get you in the thoracic spine, the greater the turn you can make on your backswing. So here are 5 drills to work on all of those. Now, for this first drill, you've already seen it in the background, but I'm going to need you to grab yourself your dining room chair. Now, we need to be quite specific with this one because the setup is important, and this is working on extending through the thoracic spine and getting some more movement through there. So I need to get my legs underneath the chair first and foremost, and I need to be able to sit with my chest pressing up against the seat. Then from there, my upper arm needs to be resting flat on the chair like so. From there, what I want you to do is keeping your arms locked in a locked position. I want you to try and take your elbows off of the bench. Now, you've got 2 ways you can do this. You can either move your arms, but we don't want that. We want to remain locked. So I'm going to extend through my spine. It's very difficult to extend in this position from your lumbar. So we're going to extend through the thoracic, okay, which is the upper part of your spine. So from there, I extend, I pause for a count of 3, and then back down. Extend up and down, up and down. You should feel quite a sharp contraction and a sharp squeeze in between your shoulder blades. If you are, you've got that right. So for drill number 2, you're going to need access to a wall or a flat surface, and then something light, a light object similar to a foam roller. If you have access to an empty water bottle, that will probably do, or an empty cereal box, something along those lines. Right, you're going to go down into a half kneeling position. This drill is all about separating the thoracic from the lumbar spine. I'm going to apply constant pressure on this foam roller, okay? And the goal with this is to try and keep my shin vertical the whole time. So I'm keeping pressure in there. It's not too much. It's literally just holding it in place, okay? Back knees at 90 degrees, front knees at 90 degrees. From there, okay, I bring my arms up to my shoulders, all right? And I touch the opposite shoulder. I remain in that position there. Now, the goal of this is so that I keep my hips square, so that I don't rotate in my hips. If I do, I drop the foam roller, right? That is where your lumbar spine is then going to start to turn. So keep pressure on the foam roller here, arms up to your shoulders like so, and then I want you to rotate as far as you can away from the wall with your thoracic spine. Pause for a count of 3, feel a big stretch, and then back down. If you can keep constant pressure on the foam roller or the bottle, whatever you're using, and this shin remains vertical, you should be able to feel that rotating in your thoracic spine. Do 5 one side, change and do the other side. Okay, now with drill number 3, we're working down and we're going into the hips with my favorite hip mobility drill. Now I need you to sit on the floor because we're about to go through some 90-90 rotations. The reason why they're called 90-90 rotations is because the start position is here. My front knee is at 90 degrees, my back knee is at 90 degrees. If you can't comfortably get into this position, well, this is your first port of call. We've got to get you into this position. So sit down and really try to drive that back butt cheek, the left butt cheek in my case, down into the floor. If you find that you are needing to lean over to one side and use your arm to stabilize yourself, all right, we've really got to work on loosening you up in here. Now, from this position here, I want you to remain nice and tall in your spine, keeping the spine neutral. And without using my hands, I want you to try and sit up to the middle here and then rock over to the other side, okay? So it's up and down. Now, if you want to add a greater stretch into that, really lean over that front leg. Hold for a count of 10, 15 seconds. Come back into the middle, down, and then lean over that side. If you get a good 10 reps of those in, it'll loosen your hips up pretty quickly. Okay, moving into drill number 4. Okay, we are again working on the hip girdle, and you are going to see the return of the dining room chair, if you have the mobility to do so. For some of you, you may want to opt for something a little lower, but still, we want that raised platform just to get you up off the floor. For this, okay, the goal is kind of looking front on, is to take that foot and place it across the opposite leg. So for this, I'm looking to stretch my left hip. So I'm going to cross my left foot across kind of my right hip there. Okay, I want to try and drive my right knee down towards the floor so that my left shin, the whole of it, is touching the elevated platform you're using. In this situation here, you want to hold for 20 to 30 seconds each side and just focus on driving that knee down. Here you should feel a big stretch in your left butt cheek and right up into your hip. If you want an even greater stretch, lean over into it, providing that you don't have a big back on the chair. Now, moving on to drill number 5, we're going to continue working down the body. And according to Steve, this is again another mobility issue that you see golfers have, and that is a lack of range of motion in the ankles, so the ability to plant and then curl the toe towards them. So here's a very simple drill that you can do pretty much anywhere. Now, you can do this in an empty space, or you can do it against the wall. I typically use a wall when I'm in the gym, assessing clients for their range of motion, and I do this on a monthly basis. So I would plant them anywhere from 4 to 6 inches away from the wall with their foot. And then the goal for that is for them to drive their knee way out over their toe. It's vitally important when you're in this position, your heel remains on the floor. Okay, that's largely wasting your time. Okay, so when I'm here, I plant my heel down, I plant my foot down hard, and I drive all of my weight through my knee, okay? If you can touch your knee on the wall, okay, and your foot is 4 to 6 inches away, you can be assumed that's pretty good mobility in your ankle. If you're anything less than that and you can't get your knee over your toe, okay, use these, okay? Sit in this position for anywhere from 30 seconds. Sometimes I get people sitting in these for up to a minute or 2 minutes at a time. You'll be surprised at how quickly everything will release. You'll feel that stretch down your calf and your Achilles. Don't worry, it's not gonna go anywhere. Keep leaning all of your body weight over, applying pressure through your hands if need be. Big stretch, and then up and change the other side. You only really need to do that once. So guys, there's 5 different drills that are gonna help you with your mobility and hopefully help your golf swing. Remember, it's not just about technique with a club. How can we make you a better athlete whilst we're in quarantine? I'm gonna be coming out with a few videos real soon. See you soon.